Look, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta protect the voice. I want you to be very mindful that the achievements that we are going to highlight to you occurred while this country has been going through the worst recession in almost 100 years. You would have heard it several times. But those achievements have been possible because of your help, because of your enjoying sacrifice and understanding. I want to thank you for the sacrifices that you would have made, but you made those sacrifices for a good reason. Yes. Those reasons are to safeguard Barbados for your children and grandchildren. While we have kept Barbados afloat,
be careful.
During this recession, the mighty United States economy collapsed.
It did.
The economy of England collapsed and is in a third recession.
It's called a double dip.
Greece collapsed. Iceland collapsed. The hell with the voice tonight. Ireland collapsed as well.
Oh God! We want that voice next week, boy.
Cyprus collapsed as well, and Portugal collapsed.
It should be bad.
And little Barbados still standing.
That should be bad. Good baby.
Look, France went into recession. Spain in recession. Italy in recession. Tunisia, Egypt, and Bahrain, to name a few. You had rioting. Let me see if I'm rioting up there. You had rioting in England. You had rioting in Greece. You had rioting in Spain, Italy. You had Occupy Wall Street. You had Occupy Montreal. But you know what?
Yeah, not Occupy Britain.
Instead of the economies of the world getting better, up to last week we heard that the only economy that was keeping the whole of Europe together is heading to recession, Germany. And CNN reported this morning. Now let's stand down there. CNN reported this morning that the United States economy is headed back to recession.
Yes, of course.
Now you pray, tell me, how can all of these large economies be struggling and Barbados be the only bright spot in the world? You mean to tell me that Barbados can't understand that we depend on Europe for tourists to come here and get foreign exchange, and the people in Europe struggling and suffering themselves, lose the jobs, etc., and don't have the money to come to Barbados? You want to tell me that that's the deal before? Bullshit crap. I want to ask you this. How come all of the thousands of Nobel Prize laureates living in and working in economies all over Europe and in the United States don't have a magic solution, but Owen and Moscow got the only solution? I want to ask Moscow and Owen tonight, why is it that the mighty Trinidadian economy, with all of the oil and natural gas resources in recession and has been in recession for the last 3 years? You tell me why. Why is Jamaica in recession? St. Lucia in recession? Antigua in recession? Grenada in recession? Belize in recession? Dominica in recession? Bahamas in recession? But Barbados is supposed to be growing 4%. Look, it is so bad that Belize, Grenada, and St. Lucia cannot pay the international debts. But you know, what I find insulting is this. All of the economists in the Caribbean went to the same school as Maskell and Owen. But all of them dumb, and only Maskell and Owen got sense. Do you think that Barbados is not in the program because it's being managed poorly? Look, I don't feel very proud of speaking of the economic difficulties of my CARICOM neighbors and brothers. It is difficult for them, I understand. But I have to explain to you tonight the type of voodoo and witchcraft economics that Owen and Maskell want to practice in Barbados. You know what, Owen, let me tell you. Look, somebody bring some water from the first. Owen has been watching Thomas Harry Potter. And the man really believes he is Harry Potter. Well, go Harry! Wave your magic wand and fix the Barbados economy, Owen. Fix it! In fact, why you don't get on your blasted broomstick and fly to Europe and become the Central Bank governor? No, better yet, twinkle your nose like Samantha and be rich. And head to the US Federal Reserve Bank and become the leader, Owen. Head to some blasted good. I'm going to make it here tonight over all through the election. You really think Barbados stupid? Let me tell you something, see? You and Maskell are just two donkeys joined by the hip. I don't think some more. No. When this administration came to office,
All right.
the government faced a decline in the revenues of $450 million. Between 2008 and 2010, we lost heavy foreign exchange opportunities. Our foreign reserve cover fell from 22 weeks of cover in 2007 down to 16 weeks by 2012. And I am not telling you off the top of my head. I can give you the reports in the Nation newspaper of January 31st, 2012, when the VHTA reported that the tourism sector continues to struggle and reported what was happening in relation to our reserves. But you know what went on? We still had to keep the buses running. We still had to keep the schools open. We still had to operate the QEH. We still had to operate the NCC, the SSA, pay salaries, pensions, and so on. It was tough. But Chris Sinclair and this administration, we did it. It was tough. We held it together for you. In Europe, people rioted and died. In the Middle East, people rioted and died because there were massive layoffs on the public service. Pensions were cut. Salaries were cut. Tuition fees were increased. There were cuts in government expenditure in healthcare and education. Cuts in children's benefits. Cuts in senior citizens' benefits. We've kept this country going. And as our leader has said, we have nothing to be ashamed of. We have done a wonderful job, and I can stand here tonight and say what I have to say. And instead of making cuts in terms of our social services, we further protected our children by making sure they had free bus rides to go to school so that they don't be influenced by negative influences in the bus stands. We also introduced free summer camps to protect them.
Oh, you
We also introduced constituency councils with another social cohesive device. But you know what, sir? While Barbados is standing, half of Europe has fallen. London, England was burning down, and London Bridge was burning down, and Barbados is still standing, thanks to the Democratic Labour Party. But I know this: if we had followed the prescription of that madman from St. Peter and his little sidekick named Minimi Maskell, this economy would have been decimated. And I can tell you this: I intend to do one thing very soon. I am going to present a three-part analysis on this economy. I'm going to do one pre the crisis so you understand what ONS did to Barbados that trapped us before the recession came to Barbados. And then I'm going to tell you what was the impact of the recession on Barbados and what the Democratic Labour Party has done to restructure the economy to protect you and I from the type of the impact of recessions ever again. I will be putting that out there very, very soon. But let me say something about the next for 2 seconds. See out there so hiding behind Facebook and writing a bunch of crap and attacking people that are hiding. Well, I don't hide my Facebook is the platform. Come, bring all the way. Because Barbados will find out what she's at and when they go somewhere else.
What are you talking about?
Look, let me give you my report on my stewardship. I don't drink that early. I had the responsibility as the Minister of Agriculture, Food, Fisheries and Water Resource Management for 2 years and